Good evening, everyone. I don't know if it's evening when you're watching, but it is for us. So, yes, this is Mike and...
Zoe.
Yeah, well done. Right on cue. Okay, and we are here for episode 6. Today we said we were going to deal with die rolling. Well, I've kind of changed my mind a little bit. I think what we're going to do is we're still going to do something very similar to the mechanic of die rolling, but we are going to use some kind of rolling wheel. Okay, and we need a few of them. So let's get started. All right, so what you want to do is go to your models folder. And let's take a look what's in there, because I can't remember. And you got car racing. Sure, let's use that. Double click that file.
Except it obviously comes out on the wrong side. Sorry, people.
Sorry, people. Put it over there. Maximize it. Okay, now press 7 to go to top view. All right. So these are all fairly small things, and we're more or less going to keep them this way. But what we're going to do is we're going to add something in the next layer. So click on layer 3.
Okay. Layer 1.
Layer 2, layer 3.
Okay, so
Thanks. Okay, hit Shift C to put the cursor in the middle. Shift A to add. And now you want to add mesh, add a cylinder. And now change the vertices to 6. Hit enter.
6.
Do you recognize this shape?
This looks like a hexagon.
It is a hexagon. All right.
But don't we need to put... We can get 2, 3, 4, 5... We can get it up to 12.
Well, up to 6, and if you have 2 of them, we can get it up to 12. And if we have 3 of them, we can get it up to 18. Ooh. Okay, press 1 to go to front view.
So we'll end up having...
Press 1.
There, I pressed 1, but will we end up having like 2 of these?
Yes. Now hit Tab to go to edit mode. R to rotate. Y on the Y-axis, 90 degrees. Hit enter. Now... That's already good. Now go to vertex selection over there. Yeah. Now press S to resize. X to on the X scale, on the X axis. Now hold the control and start shrinking it. Shrink it, shrink it, shrink it, shrink it, shrink it, shrink it, shrink it. Oi, oi, oi.
No.
Shrink it less, less. I mean more. Fatter, fatter, fatter. Stop. Click. All right.
It's a very fat wheel.
Yep. That's what we want. Now, this wheel is still kind of, very simple. So let's make it a little prettier, okay? So hit Tab to go into object mode. Click on the wrench there on the right to go to modifiers.
As usual.
Yeah, go add modifier and select bevel.
Bevel.
That's right. That looks pretty cool.
Now it's a little bit softer.
It's a bit exaggerated though. So change the segments to 2. Yeah, and now change the width, make it smaller. So it says 0.1, do 0.05 or something. Hit enter. There.
That's better.
Nice and smooth. Let's see if the segments go down. Yeah, let's do it this way. I think this looks okay.
Okay.
All right, so we could use textures, but I don't think we will. Do you know what we'll do? What?
I don't know.
You don't know? What does that mean?
Lisa, do you know what you'll do? And I said,
Is that what I said? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't notice. Okay, so what we're going to do is leave it as it is for now. What we can do now is you can go Shift A to add. Now I don't remember this. Go to text. Yeah, text. Okay.
Text.
Now hit Tab to edit it. Now press backspace a bunch of times. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah. Now let's see if we can find a font that's a little simpler.
Better.
So we're gonna go to the text modifier here, and here you got various fonts, and you can open files. Oh, poo poo. Now we need to go and figure out where the font files are.
Oh.
Okay, so let's try this. Fonts in the control panel. Whoop, right here. And now we're gonna copy all of this. I don't know if it's gonna let us. We can try. Yeah, I thought so. Because it's not the real thingy. So let's go to properties of one of the fonts. Go details. Oh, you're not gonna let me. Okay, see Windows fonts. That's where we gotta go. And there are all of the TTF. I think TTF means true type.
There's a lot of them.
Yep. So, I misclicked. Fonts. All right, there we go. So let's see one that is actually as simple as possible. Now, some of these I've already downloaded from other websites and stuff. Some of these are just available within Windows. Now we want, this is very, very popular. It's called Ethnocentric. I've seen many websites and YouTube channels use it. I would like something very square.
I've seen this one, but...
This one? Yeah. Okay, so this one's pretty square. I like this one.
I think this is Japanese or it's Chinese.
It's Chinese,
oh.
It looks like. Well, I mean, I don't know if the Japanese use these same symbols, probably. Possibly.
I've seen the middle symbol.
Focus. Don't get distracted by all the things we see. We need to try and find a font that is squarey.
Okay.
I don't see many, but I did see one. This one here looks very ugly in my opinion, but it looks very squarey. This one does look pretty squarey too, so let's try that one. Hollywood Heels. Sure. So let's go. I don't know if this is one of those that I got from a website or not. If it is, well, whoever needs to get the credits for this gets the credit. I'm not sure. That's not very useful, is it? Yeah. Hollywood Heels. Okay, there we go. So yeah, okay. So these look very, very square shaped, and that's very nice because when we convert it to a mesh, it should be alright. Now I don't remember how to do that though. So let's try Control C, Control Alt C. I don't remember. Control N. No. Let me try hidden space, which allows us to go to absolutely every function and see mesh.
Create navigation mesh.
No, it's not that. Let's see, text. Remove text box, add text box, open text with mesh. Okay, so I can't remember. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to Chrome.
Why Chrome instead of Google?
Chrome is Google, dear. Okay, and I don't like Google, so I'm gonna go to DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo. There. And now I'm gonna look for, what am I gonna look for? I'm gonna look for Blender text mesh convert. Let's see if this converting text to mesh. Blender artists. Alt C. Told you it was a C. Alt C. There we go. Mesh.
There we go.
Mesh from curve, I guess. Boop. And now, if you hit Tab, it's now a mesh.
A very messy mesh.
Well, it's not too bad. It's all triangles, which isn't ideal. We're not going to fix it. We're not going to make it better. We could make it better in several ways, but we're just going to leave it as it is for now. Okay?
Okay.
So, here's what we're going to do now. You need to box select each number individually, or even better, let's go with faces and hit L. Hit L.
L.
Okay, so you select the number 1. Now hit P.
P.
Enter.
Enter. So
L.
L.
P.
P.
Enter.
Enter.
L.
L.
P. Enter.
Enter.
L.
L. P. Enter. L. P. Enter.
That's
L.
enough. No
but
more.
what about 6?
Well, they're all separated meshes now.
L.
They're all individual things. Now, hold Control Alt and Shift and press C. Control Alt Shift.
Alt Shift C. This is the crazy one.
Yes, and now you're going to pick Geometry to Origin. Boop.
We stuffed them all in the middle.
That's right. Now they're all in the middle, and you can see we can put them on our little thingy here.
Yeah, and they're just the right size.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do something I like to do, which is we're gonna cheese it a little bit. Cheese it. Okay? So, ready? So I press tab on the 6. Now let's find number 1.
6, 3, 4, 3, 2.
Oh, come on.
2.
Oh, rubbish. Alright, so I've got number 5. I'm gonna put number 5 over. No, I don't want to do this actually. I want to hit tab, A, and put it over here, and then I'll worry about making it better. So 4 should be here, right? 3 should be, and just in case you guys don't know, I'm currently controlling while Zoe is watching. I'll put it over there, right?
Yeah.
1. I finally found it.
Now it goes in the place of the 5, right?
No, it's fine. I'll put
2,
it here.
1.
Yeah. And 6
goes over there.
That's right. And the last one is 2. And this one goes over here. Okay, so now you'll take care of this.
Okay.
Right, so let's begin with 5. Now what you want to do is you want to move it so it's sitting on top of the face. So hold the shift or something. Not even. Just click and drag down on the Z-axis. Yeah, down. More. Stop. Okay, so how far are we from there? 0.87. So type 0.87 in there and remember this number.
Why do we need to remember it?
Just trust Daddy.
Okay, 0.87.
Okay, now wait a second. Now let's go from the top. So it's a bit too high up. Drag it down on the y-axis. More. Okay, that looks pretty good to me. Release it. Yes, so it's in the middle. I like it. Okay, so 5 is done. Now
let's
go.
do the bottom one.
No, wait a moment. Let's do them one by one. So 6 is our next one. So hit tab. Now select it. Right click it. You and your left click.
Sorry.
Right, that's okay. So remember where it was. It was at Y0. Yeah. X0. And Z was 0.87. You forgot the point.
0.
They'll put it very, very far. 0.87. Now it's there. Okay, now you see its center is over here. This means if you rotate it, it's going to rotate around this pivot. Now, let's see if you can figure this out, you with your 8-year-old brain. Right? A full circle is how many degrees?
A full circle should be 360 degrees.
Right. How many faces do we have?
We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6. So, how many degrees must we rotate to get the 6 to the next
60.
face? 60. How did you figure that out?
Because I did it before.
Cheating. Yeah, but how? What was the operation?
I divided 360 by 6.
Right. You divided the full angle by the number of faces you need. That sounds good. Okay. So yeah. So hit R. Now, which axis do you need to rotate on? Now, this one you shouldn't know from before.
I should?
You shouldn't. We didn't talk about it before.
Then I don't know.
Well,
but I need to rotate over here.
Wait a moment. This is an issue. It's rotating based on the medium point. Click here, down here. Yeah, click that.
This one?
Yeah, and select active element. At least I think it's that. Rotate it. No, I'm wrong. Click there again. Yeah. Individual origins. Try that. Rotate it. No, I'm still wrong. Click there. Okay, I'm bored now. Select 3D cursor and hit Shift C to put the cursor in the middle. Okay, and now if you rotate there, that's what I want.
Whoa. Huh?
Okay, so which axis do you need to rotate on? Come on, it's not difficult.
Well, we need to rotate around here.
So which one is that axis?
We're rotating around the X.
Very good. Yes. All right. So hit R to rotate, X for the X-axis.
It's about time I don't get it wrong.
And start typing 60 for 60 over here.
Oh, 60.
Okay, it went the opposite way.
The
So you don't want
minus
60, you want minus 60. Hit enter. And now you'll see that the 6 is perfectly on this side.
But it says 9.
No, it doesn't, because you see it from there. Now notice that it's slightly to the right, to the left. I don't like that, so we're gonna move it to the right just a little bit, like this. Okay? Yeah. So it's a bit risky. We should have done this before while it was facing up. Yeah, you can see it's actually further. I don't like this. So we're going to undo and undo again. So it's right here. We're going to look from the top and see what we need to fix. So we need to move it a bit to the right like this. Okay? And it also looks like it's too far down. So we're going to move it a bit up. And now that it's ready, only now we're going to rotate X minus 60. Okay, and now it's good. Okay?
Okay.
Sounds good. Good. All right, let's select one over here. Now tab to go into edit mode. Now let's go and change its coordinates. So X needs to be 0, Y needs to be no, you need to click here. Yeah. Y needs to be 0. I think you need to hit enter, otherwise it doesn't accept it. Yeah, do it again on the X, because it's got minus something. I don't know how small that is. And now on the Z it was 0.87. Enter.
That's what you told me to remember it.
Okay, that's right. Now let's observe here from the top. How does it look like? Is it bang on in the middle? I would say so. What about in terms of... I think it's pretty good. I think we're fine. All right, so let's go to the side. Now
Don't we need to rotate by 60 plus 60?
That's right. So you go rotate.
120. Which means R,
X.
X,
And now?
120.
Wrong.
Oh, minus 120.
Yeah.
What a banana.
What a banana.
There. Minus 120.
Enter.
Perfect.
Okay, and the 1 is in place. Now tab to change. To tab. Okay, okay.
Whoa, sorry.
Just once, that's all right. Now fix its
Whoa,
coordinates.
it's a mess.
0. Enter. 0. Enter. 0.87.
I think it said enter.
0.87. Enter. All right. Now, as you can see, this one
It's
is well
crooked.
too far down, right? So we're gonna, but it looks like it's in the middle, so that's nice. So we're gonna put it right here, and this one should be pretty good. Okay. Go. Rotate. X.
Wait a minute. Rotate X. So we just placed the 6 here.
Yeah.
Which means you need 60 plus 60 plus 60.
Yeah.
Which is 180.
Yes.
A lot of yes.
You should have gone negative, but yes. It's the same, because 180 makes no difference. I'm actually checking something. I'm trying to understand. So assume that you see this from the top from this angle, right? So it would be 5, 6, 1, and does the 2 appear correctly? Yes, it does. Okay, so I'm just making sure, because I'm silly. It almost certainly couldn't do any different. Okay.
Now it's 4 and 3 we need to worry about.
Sure, let's do number 3. All right. So go ahead and put this on 0, this on 0, 0.87. Oh dear, am I gonna sneeze? Oh, I feel like I need to sneeze. Don't sneeze on camera! I mean, I'm not on camera, I'm on microphone, whatever. Okay, so let's look here from the top. Looking pretty good. I think it's a little bit farther to the left, so we're gonna put it right here. Okay, that sounds good. I think that's fine. Now you want to rotate it on the x-axis by?
Well, maybe we can rotate it by 120 with no minus in the front.
Sounds good.
R, X, 120. Enter. There we go.
All right, that's good. Tab, please.
Tab, please.
Tab again.
Tab, please.
Off we go. 0.
0.
0.
0.
0.87.
0.87.
Okay, observe from the top. This one looks weird.
4.
Ooh, out of whack. Okay, move it up a little bit. Move it to the right a little bit.
A little bit.
Okay, we're good. Rotate on the X.
So we need to rotate it here, which means we need to rotate it 60.
Right.
R, X, 60.
Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna merge all of these.
Are there 2 5s?
No, one is a 2.
Oh.
But I'm sure that whoever made the font did use the same glyph to do it. So what we're gonna do is take all of these and now hit Control J.
Control J. I've never used that one before. There we go.
Join. So they are now all part of the same one mesh.
So if you move it, then it moves the whole thing.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna make these as the child of this other object. I mean, maybe we could even put them all on the same object, but I don't think so, because we're gonna have 2 separate materials. Might as well keep them as separate objects at this point. Okay, so this one's now called text. You don't want to call it text. You want to call this, let's call it numbers or something.
Numbers.
Sure.
What you say all the time, you
Numbers.
too? Numbers.
Numbers.
The numbers. Like your elephant.
Okay, now start tile. I think it's not what we want. Cylinder is what we want. Call this one die wheel or something. Die wheel. Well.
Well, again.
Yeah. Die wheel here too.
Die. Wheel.
Wheel. I now exaggerated on purpose so you can make fun of me. Okay, so now what we need is some kind of casing for this wheel. Okay.
Wheel.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna take something we've already done, so we keep our style the same, which is this thing. Okay. So hit Shift D to duplicate it. Escape. Now M to move it, and we're gonna move it on the third layer.
Bye bye.
So it's right here. Okay, so you see. So hit Z for me. All right, that's how it looks like, right? And that's pretty good. Now, what we want is we want double this size. And maybe we could just keep it this way. I don't know.
Now, will it be stuck into there like that?
Well, yeah. It needs to be sort of stuck into the ground, more or less. But what
maybe we could make some kind of small cylinder down here.
Sure. Did you want to put basically some kind of like
pivots that it will rotate around? Yeah.
Sure. Look at that attention to detail. I mean, I was thinking it could be implicit, but if you badly want to add that, that's fine. We can do it. We can do it.
Maybe we could also use this pivot point.
Pivot point. Yes, sure, but that will be the pivot point. I mean, right now it will be the pivot point whether we've done it or not. Okay, so if you don't mind, I'm simply going to do it here. At this point, this seems to be working just fine, so I'm not even going to make another one. We're just going to keep what we have. I'm going to delete it. And here, we're going to add this pivot point. So how am I going to do it? I'll explain it to the audience. I'm going to delete these two faces.
Bye-bye.
Okay, I'm going to select all of these faces, and I'm going to extrude, rescale, and make it like this small. Now, if it's out of whack, it's not a problem. Oh, wait, though, this went weird. I think, yeah, I redid it. I extruded and rescaled. I'm holding control as usual to move... but
where's the face of the back?
Incrementally, just don't worry about it. I'll do it. Okay, now this one, again, extrude, escape, S, resize. Okay, now they look like they didn't really work the same way, so I don't like this, and I will delete these on the other side. It may be because I'm zooming back and forth that we're getting different situations. Okay, now they should be exactly the same. Yes. Okay, so obviously in this game we're not too worried about our poly count, right? So I don't care. Poly count means count of polygons.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm moving it right here. Now, in order to be super precise, I'm going to go here, check the X of this one. It's 0.4, okay? These, I'm going to press SX0, so I put them flat in the middle, and now I'm going to say 0.4. Boop. And now I'm going to take these, and I'm going to say SX0, and I'm going to take these, I'm going to say minus 0.4. Boop, and it goes on the other side. Isn't math great? Okay, so now we have the little pivots. Now all we need to do is we need to extrude these out. So I'm pointing from up, go extrude, X, boop, just like this. And now I'm making a face. Boop.
So much poop, poop.
No, I mean poop is just a sound, it's not poop.
Yeah.
Potty mouth. Okay.
I didn't mean that.
Oh, you didn't? That's what they all say. Okay, so we've got these pivots now. What I'm going to do with this pivot in particular is I'm going to...
Don't you need to put a face in that?
Where? Yeah, sure. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it a bit differently because I don't like putting these large faces. So what I'm going to... That have more than... That are not triangles or squares. So I'm going to extrude and then WMC and put it right in the middle.
But that looks weird.
Yeah, I agree. You know why it looks weird? Because of our bevel modifier.
Oh.
Yeah. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna delete these, and I'm gonna hit Tab now. I'm going to apply the bevel. Beep. There, no more poop. You happy? Oh, we got wrong faces. We got wrong faces.
Oh no.
The bevel's done some poop. That's not nice. Okay, wait, no, I don't like this. This is too much work, so it's not worth it for this particular thing. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna leave it as it is. Hit a face over here, hit a face over here, and we're done. And the bevel, for some reason, isn't applying, which happens sometimes. I know there's a few bugs with the bevel, so I'm going to just reapply it. Uh-oh. Mr. Bevel, what happened to you?
We have to add it again?
Maybe. I don't know what happened. Okay.
Oh, there it is.
There, I fixed it. So I'm gonna
But now we got the stars again.
Yeah, don't worry about it. There. Okay, so if you do a single face, then it's happy to bevel it correctly. Now, I think that this is excessive detail, but you know, how can I say no to my daughter? So I'm going to select these, not these, and extrude them a little bit longer, just like this. There. Happy?
Yeah.
Okay, so we got these done. We got the little numbers. Everything should be fine. They're all renamed. Let's give this a save. And let's check it out in Unity. Okay. Now, go to your board and expand your board. Expand it. Okay, so duplicate the start tiles. And rename this one dice or something. I know they're not dice, it's fine. Dice. Okay, now expand that. Delete the fourth tile. Yeah. Yeah. Now take the first three and let's check their size. Okay, so reset the transform on all three of them. There we go. Okay, now they're incorrectly rotated. Rotate them on the x-axis by 270, I believe. 270. Yes. Okay, now we need to drag them up a little bit on the y-axis. It's just, yeah, there, and drag it up. Up, 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 up. Oh, my bad. I tried the z-axis.
Control Z.
Yeah.
Then try the Z.
Try go negative. Oh, poop. Wait a moment.
What is going on?
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I can see what's going on. That is silly. It's not 270, it's 90. That changes everything. Okay, now they're too large. We're going to make them quite a bit smaller.
They're gigantic.
So let's try 0.4, 0.4, and 0.4. Okay. I think I prefer them bigger. So 0.6, 0.6, 0.6. Yes. Okay, and now what we're going to do...
Where will we put them?
We're going to drag the entire parent. Let's look from the top. Here.
Oh. So we'll pass it?
It's kind of big. Oh, what if we put it outside? Like here.
But then we can't... Oh, yes we can, because that's the game scene.
Yeah, yes we can. So we can put it right here. We can put it right -6, it says here. And we can rotate it, not on the Z, obviously, on the X, like this. So they stare up a little bit. So let's say 360
and the one that which
45?
means that the one that you get will face you, right?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, they will face you, right? So now we'll move this up a little bit, like here. Yeah. And now that we've done all of this, I always like to go with precise numbers, by the way, so they're in my control. And now on this, just move it here a little bit. So let's say -1.5. And the third one, 1.5. Okay, so there are all of our dice rotated.
We got 3. We can move 18 points.
So should we do just 2?
I think it would be best to keep 2.
Sounds good, girl. Delete. All right. In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add 0.75 here and 0.75 here.
Merge.
All right, so what do these need? They need their little wheel. And also we need to remove the little tile script. So you do it. I'm sick of doing stuff for you. Who do you think I am? Your slave? Select them both. Remove component. Select 0 as well. Remove component.
But I've only got 1 now, so I'll just do 1.
Yeah, so expand 0 because I don't remember what's inside it. Over there. It's got the model. So duplicate that model. Hit Control D. Okay. Now rename this one. Wheel.
Wheel.
Yeah.
It's not wheel.
I noticed something. Yeah, hit enter. Wait a moment. So the model is rotated -90. The dice is rotated 90. This is dumb. So we can rotate the dice by 0 and the model by 0 and we're happy.
Oh, but look at that.
Yeah, the wheel also goes to 90. So yeah, let's just do this to 0 and 0. There's always the problem with Blender. It has different axes, so you have to work it. Okay, so scale of the wheel is going to be 1, 1, 1, 1, and the Y position is going to be 0, the Z position is going to be 0, so right in the middle. And now change the mesh.
Okay.
From start tile to wheel. This die wheel.
Sorry,
Die wheel.
it's on the other side.
Die wheel. Die wheel.
Wait. I was just bringing it to the other
Wrong.
side. So
You selected the wheel of the car, you potato.
Oh.
Die wheel.
Silly.
Die wheel.
Die wheel. Die wheel.
There we go. It's right there. You seem to find this amusing. Alright, so die wheel. Remove one of the materials from it. So go there to the array of materials. No, the array of materials. There. Down. Up. There. 1. Okay. Now go to click on that tile border start. Yeah. Duplicate it. Yeah, that's not gonna work.
Except
You're such a potato. Here.
I am.
Duplicate it. Okay. Rename this one to wheel. Hit enter.
Wheel.
Actually, die wheel, because otherwise we confuse it with the car.
Car wheels. It says that.
Die wheel. Okay, let's change its color to something less crazy. I don't know, a very, very light yellow. There we go. And
But
now
it doesn't look. Oh yeah, of course we haven't assigned the material.
beep.
Beep.
Not sure I like it. I think it looks ugly. How about some kind of like orange?
That looks even uglier.
Oh, really? How about gray? No, I don't like anything.
White looks purple.
Listen, this is not important. Let's put it like some kind of like light orange, beige, whatever, something like that. That'll do. That'll do. Brown. Obviously, everybody wants a brown wheel. Sounds good.
Well, brown is my favorite color.
What?
In a game.
Oh, okay. What is this insanity? Okay.
And bring it to the other side.
Create an empty... No, duplicate the wheel.
Ow.
Duplicate the wheel. Duplicate the wheel.
Okay.
Drag it into itself. Rename this one Numbers.
Numbers. Okay.
Numbers.
Numbers. I wonder how you spell numbers. Numbers.
Weird ways. Okay, numbers. So we got the numbers, and it's inside it, and it's 0, 0, 0. Now change the mesh from die wheel to numbers.
So let's change it up the mesh.
That's the material, not the mesh. Change the mesh.
Okay, I'll change the mesh.
Thank you. Numbers.
Numbers.
Okay. Is that correct? Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in. Yes. Yes, I think so. We just need to rotate the entire wheel on its head. That's fine, but let's change the materials first. So go and duplicate the die wheel material in your assets. In your assets. In your assets. In your assets. Duplicate the die wheel. Rename this one to die numbers. Do
So
numbers.
not do it numbers.
Do numbers.
Die numbers.
Numbers. Numbers. Okay, now drag the die numbers into the numbers. Yeah, just drag it there onto the numbers, it'll work. Unity is clever like that. Okay, now change, expand the die numbers material. The material expanded. Click on the bloody...
I did.
Now, click on the albedo, put it full black or something.
Whee!
Or maybe white. White.
White.
There.
Of
All right,
course, white's,
that looks
white's
alright.
a
That
very
looks
good
alright.
color.
Okay. Yeah, click. Now go to your wheel itself. To the wheel. Click on the wheel. Click on the wheel.
I clicked on it.
Wait a second. Wait a second. Is it intelligent that we do the wheel? No. I think it's better that we rotate the tile. So let's see if we rotate this by 180.
Flipper.
Okay, now it's correct in terms of how the wheel looks like. And now all we need to do is rotate 180 this and we're fine. Right? So we're going to rotate the entire thing
Apparently
180.
that person got 2.
And then the model by 180. There we go. Okay.
Then we need to add a wheel to it.
Well, we need to remember, by the way, that on rotation 0, our wheel is on 2. Okay, this is fairly important. Look, if we rotate it, I think it's on the x-axis. Yes. See? That's how it's going to go.
But very fast.
Sure, and then it's eventually going to slow down or something. We'll see. Okay?
Will we need a Bezier curve?
No.
Oh.
It's just going to rotate in place. We're going to use an animation curve, probably. And we're going to have to figure out a way to make it stop intelligently on a thing. And I think the rotation should be very quick, because otherwise it's going to be boring. Like these rotations are going to happen a lot. So duplicate this wheel for me, please, and drag it into the other box in one. No, in one.
Oh.
There. And now change its position to 0.
And
yeah, rename it and then change its position to 0, because it's currently on an x of 2. 0. All right. So why did we do all of this, people? While we've been just yapping here with my daughter, is we're gonna have these 2 wheels and we're gonna spin them, and then we're gonna land on a certain number, just like a sort of a slot machine, I guess. And then whatever numbers we get are the numbers that we'll use to move. All right? Simple. Simples.
Simples.
Okay.
But don't we need to change the numbers over here?
What do you mean?
Oh, so we'll add them up. Like
yes. We'll
if
sum
we
them.
roll.
Let's see. Can you do 2 plus 2?
4.
Well done.
Oh,
yes.
easy.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna make our computer do. Okay, go ahead and go
Very
to your
easy
scripts.
stuff for a
Go to your
computer,
scripts
man.
folder. Right click there in the middle and create a new C# script.
Create C# script.
And call this one die wheel.
Die wheel. I doubt this one has a symbol.
Yeah, I don't think
Yep,
so.
it doesn't.
Drag it onto the.
Die wheel.
I guess drag it onto the wheel. There, yeah, and then drag it onto the other wheel. Okay, so both of them have a die wheel now. We are going to have a way to memorize those. And I think we're just going to do it the old-fashioned way, a serialized field, and then we can look into them. But anyway, for now, right-click anywhere there. Yeah, right-click there and go Open C# project.
Why do we need to do that? We can just double-click it.
That's true. I don't know.
I don't know either.
It's loading the solution now. The solution should be reloaded because we added a script. So go back to Unity and double-click on your new script.
Unity. Okay, Unity. Double click on Mr. Die Wheel.
Correct. Select everything, delete.
Delete Mr. Person.
No, just everything. Just
Delete
everything.
Except a bracket 2.
Okay, save. Save. Okay.
Save.
So now we need to think mathematically a little bit. We got the wheels and they need to rotate in local space, right? So when we rotate them, it's going to be local rotation that we're going to change. And here's what we're going to do. I think we're going to immediately randomize a given rotation. A number between 0 and 6. Okay, we're gonna multiply that number by 60 a bunch of times.
Okay.
Okay, and then we are going to no, not a bunch of times. I'm sorry, one time. And then what we're going to do is we're going to add 360 a bunch of times.
Okay.
Right.
So we're going to multiply by 60, then add 360 a bunch of times.
Yes, a random amount of times. Why? Because that way we'll feel like the thing is spinning on itself, and then we'll spin that extra amount of 60s that we need to get to the correct number. Okay? Now, there's one thing that we need to pay attention to, which is we have a standard position. So our standard position is currently on 2. Okay? So when we're not rotated at all, we are on 2. Now, I don't know that I like this, and I think there is a very cheap way to fix this. So we're going to do that. We're lazy, and we're going to fix it in the cheap way. We're going to go to Blender, hit Tab for me, hit R, X, minus 60, hit Enter, save. Let's see. Beep. Right, so
That was cheap.
I've rotated the model so that now 1 is up top and with rotation of 0. So each of these wheels, you guys can see that on the transform, they're rotated on the Z by 0. Oh, my bad. Didn't mean the Z. I meant on the X by 0. Right? So there. So yeah, let's do that. So let's create a public.
Like we kept saying. Public.
A public. Wait a moment, I need to think this through. So we want. Well, let's do this. Public void role.
Okay. Void rule. Rule. We're gonna make something rule.
Roll. Open close. Semicolon. Yeah, what am I saying? I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. My bad. Okay, so to roll, we are definitely going to need a coroutine to do the animation. Okay, so click right there, hit enter, more. Yeah, and now you are going to do a. No, that's not enumerator. That's better.
Why do we just use enumerator?
Why do we use coroutines?
No, I didn't mean that. There's all sorts of the rest of them. What are the?
I don't actually know.
Why do we only use but
why did you have to do this?
Why did I have to put dictionary in the front of it?
Okay, so I enumerator. Call this one animate roll. Okay, now create another one, and this one is going to be just a simple void. Let me think. Okay. Burping on camera, are you? At least you did it with your mouth closed. What a lady.
Sorry.
Okay, so we need to calculate our target rotation and our numbers. So create a private variable up top. Go all the way up. Yeah, hit enter twice. Go private int. Make it an array. Call it roll value. Actually values, because it's semicolon. Okay, so now go void calculate values. And since we're here, I've changed my mind. Change it from an int array to a list of ints. Yeah.
One extra.
Save. Now, what you're gonna do is copy roll values and go if open roll values is null. So if it hasn't been initialized, we're gonna initialize it. Initialize it for me. Do it.
I will.
Thanks. Roll values. How do you initialize? Wrong. Wrong.
Wait, I'm gonna see if I can.
Wrong.
I get it. I have it somewhere here.
Oh, whatever. I'll tell you. Go back. Go back. This is boring for everyone. Go back.
I can do the
new list int.
Oh yeah, I skipped the new.
Yeah. Wrong. Okay. Close it. Open close rounds. Okay. Now after this, clear roll values right here.
Roll.
Oh, type it. Dot clear.
I did not type it.
Save. Okay, hit enter. Now we have two numbers, right? And we have max and mins, and we should store all of this information in our game manager. So let's go to our game manager right here, And here we have a bunch of stuff.
Wait, let me control them all.
Yeah, so here what do you want to do? Save. Here's what you want to do. You want to do a couple of public variables here. So you go public dice number, dice, dice number, and give it a default value of 2. No. Plus, I'm stupid. I forgot to tell you it's an int. Remove that F.
Yeah, it's an int. You just said it.
What sense would it make to have floats for the amount of dice you have?
Yeah.
Okay, then you want to do a public int.
So many public ints.
Dice values. Default value is 6.
No float.
That's right. So, is that sufficient? Probably. So let's go back to our die wheel, and here you go. Make a for loop that goes until die number.
For int I equals 0, I is lower than, I think I wrote higher than, die number.
No!
But you just said die number.
I know I did. Where is die number?
Game manager. Game manager.
Butterbrain.
Script. Dot. I'm a butterfingers. I'm a butterbrain. Dice number.
It's all about butter.
Dot. Len.
Oh, wrong.
Yeah.
It's an int.
It's an int. I plus. Down.
Save. You know, when I was little, people always told me that children are super intelligent. It's a lie. Adults are more intelligent than children.
Yeah, because they're just children grown older anyway.
That's true.
So.
That's true. That's very practically true. All right, so we've done the loop. What do we need to do in the loop? We need to calculate these random values. So we're going to add them to our roll values list. So in there, in the loop, go roll values.add.
Okay. Roll value as
add with 70s. I think we should add some more. Okay. Now, what do you want? You want a random range.
Random range.
Dot range.
Random. Dot range.
Open. So we go from 0 to
0 to
2.
2. We need the number, the numbers.
Of faces. Yes.
The face numbers.
Where did we save it?
In Game Manager.
That's right. How did we call it?
I think dice tile, something like that. Game Manager dot, I don't remember. I'll see. Script dot and dice values, I think.
Yes, good girl. Close the bracket. Close it again. Semicolon.
Not that.
Or apostrophe if you prefer. Okay, so we've got the roll values, and these are all calculated, which is lovely. Now that we've got the values calculated, we are going to have to calculate our rotations. So let's create a private list of of floats. List of floats.
Oops, just float.
My apologies.
You sneezed to the camera.
It had to happen. I'm very rude in Japan right now. Okay, so roll rotations. Daddy, I forgot our convention with lists. Hit semicolon. Save.
You forgot our convention list?
Yes.
Our convention.
Hit Control R
What's
twice.
Convention?
And now type list underscore.
Oh, yeah.
And now you want the capital R because that's how you do it.
Yes.
Okay. Now
That is
hit
how
Control
I like
R
to do
twice.
it.
List underscore. Enter. Save. Okay. So the same thing applies for the roll rotations. We need to do another check like this one. So copy all of this. Void calculate rotations.
Void.
Calculate rotation.
Calculator.
Calculate. Calculate.
Calculate.
Is she a friend of yours? Calculate. Calculate rotations. We should probably call them angles, but whatever. Open, close round, banana. Okay, now paste it inside there. Okay, now copy this. Paste, paste, float.
That was cheap. Float.
Float at.
Float. I didn't know it. I already wrote it.
Okay, so that's done. And now you want to clear list rotations. So just paste and then hit clear. Paste dot clear. Okay, and now you want exactly the same loop. So copy, paste. Okay, now that's all good.
Then
now,
we could have basically copied the whole thing.
I guess, yeah. So copy this, paste it here. Okay, so this was going to be more interesting. What we need to do is we need to take the roll values that we've calculated. So roll values I times 60 F, right? Well, we need to cast it as a float, by the way. I never trust these automatic casts myself. Anyway, so let's do that. So copy this. Leave this random right here because I'm lazy. Paste it here. And I. So square bracket I. So this means that we're going to get the first roll. Now open a round bracket here. Round. Shift 9. Type float. Close it. What does this mean? That it's going to interpret...
It's going to cast it as a float.
Right. It's going to interpret this int as a float. Okay. Now multiply this float by 60 degrees.
Ah, you're doing everything for me.
Okay, so you multiply by 60 degrees. Now think about this carefully. Oh, actually, let's go and verify that we're not done. Okay, because we may need to multiply by minus 60 degrees. Okay, and we may need to rotate negatively. I don't remember. So here we are, okay, on the wheel, on the x-axis, rotate forward. Yeah, we're rotating correctly. Okay, so observe. If we have a 2, we get a 1, right? A 1 is an int. Remember, it's always the same number minus 1, right? And 1 times 60 makes 60. See, we're now on 60. So, for example, if you wanted a 5, what number would it be? You would get a 4.
You get a 4.
4 times 60?
6, 17, 24, 240.
That's test. There you are.
Hooray!
Okay, so it's all working. So that's exactly how we'll do it. So right here, times 60, and that's fine. Right now, plus. Plus 360 F times.
So much pluses and times.
Yeah. Cast this as a float. Close it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go to the game manager and create a public int array. Call this one dice revolutions. Ice.
Revolutions.
Ice revolutions.
Ice revolutions.
Ice ages. Dice revolutions.
Come on! The dice ages.
Ice revolutions.
What do you mean by revolutions?
A revolution is when something completes an entire spin or a turn on an axis.
Oh.
Yeah. So hit equals. Let's give it a default value. Equals.
It was about...
Equals undo.
Oh. I thought it was about...
Focus! Equals. No.
No.
Int. 2. Are you serious? 2. Open a squiggler. Okay, and what you're gonna write in here, you're gonna write... Let's do... I don't know, 8.
8.
Comma. 10. Close the squiggly, semicolon.
Close, semicolon.
Save. And now what you're also going to add here is another public, but this time a float. Full code, if it's better. It's a new version. Public float. Do this as an array too. I like randomness. By the way, for the record, I don't like randomness in gameplay. I like randomness in looks. I just want to go on the record here. So public float and do dice speeds.
Okay, dice speeds.
Give it another new. I mean equals new.
What the
Equals new float.
New float.
2 again. We're gonna put an upper and a lower boundary. 2. Open the squiggler. And for now, do 5f, 6f. Maybe too fast, I don't know. And now close that. No, close the squiggly. Close the squiggly. There. And now, shall we? Shall we do something crazy?
What? Make a thing that as
By the way,
struct.
I just realized I'm a fool.
Oh.
Yeah.
You always say that.
Yeah, sometimes it happens. Yeah, we're gonna have to move the die wheel script somewhere else because it accounts for both wheels, as opposed, so it cannot be on the wheel. Let's do it right now, otherwise I'll forget it. So.
Aren't you criticizing yourself now?
Yeah, but I'm objective. Okay, so remove the die wheel here. It doesn't belong here. And we're gonna put it on dice or whatever. Yeah, here. So die wheel, and then we'll probably rename this script. Anyway, so dice speeds, that's fine. Yeah, now let's create a public.
Okay, public.
Animation curve.
Animation
curve.
Animation curve.
Curve. Open and close to the array. Sorry, yeah, array. And just call this one curve underscore dice.
Curve underscore dice.
Semicolon. Save. Okay, so it doesn't like this. Not all paths return a value. That's go just yield return null.
Yield. Why
can you never spell yield?
Spell
yield
right.
return null.
Return.
Semicolon.
What does yield mean?
Yield is actually a synonym for return.
Then why did they put it yield return? I thought yield meant stop.
I don't know. Yield means to allow other people to go first.
To slow down.
So no, to go first. You allow someone to go first on the road. I'm not sure.
The yield traffic signs. Yeah.
Yes, those. The inverted triangle. Yeah. Okay. What type of triangle is that?
An equilateral.
Well done. I didn't coach her on this. On the record. Okay, so maybe your mom taught you. I don't know.
Yeah, my mom taught me.
Oh, boring. You should have gone ahead.
Like last time you said to Molly that I was Milton Friedman.
Right. Oh boy, you said that on the internet. I'm looking forward to the comments.
It's
okay.
Oh, Chad. Sorry.
That's alright. Don't worry about it. I don't care. So what was I gonna say before I got so horribly distracted? Okay, we're gonna take the dice speeds. Copy dice speeds. Go to the die wheel, paste them here, give it an index of 0. I forgot it's in the game manager. Type game manager.script. Quick, I'm trying to finish this video.
Sorry. Game manager
dot script dot paste. Yeah, and now give it an index of 0.
0.
Semicolon. Paste. Index 1. Okay, save. Alright, so I think we're gonna stop here for now. We're gonna worry about the animations next time. But let's try and explain to the people who are listening, and I'm sure you as well, what it is that we did here. So we are going to, when we start the roll, we're going to call calculate values to get just the numbers of the results. So we just have them, right? Therefore, the whole spinning of things is a pure illusion. It just looks pretty. That's it.
Yeah.
Right? Then we're going to calculate the rotation. So we're going to call this function. Again, this is just a safety measure if we haven't initialized the rotations. I often have some kind of initialization function, some kind of like setup or something. This time we don't have one, so we're just using this for safety.
Okay.
We clear the rotations as usual, and what we do here, just like the other one, we calculate rotations for as many dice as we have. And let's see the rotations here. So we're going to add what? We are going to multiply whatever result we got. Suppose we got a 5, therefore our result would be 4. We're going to multiply 4 by 60. Therefore we get 240 degrees, which we've already verified correctly puts us on the number 5. Right?
Okay.
Which is good. And then, just for pretties, we're going to add full revolutions. That's why we're going to add the 360 degrees, and we're going to multiply by the amount of revolutions. And I just realized that I'm dumb, and I'm randomizing here by dice speeds as opposed to by dice revolutions, which I think we've got here. Copy this, please.
Dice revolutions.
There we go. Paste it right here.
Dice pastes.
And here.
And again.
Save. Right? And
save.
How are we going to animate? Where basically we've got random speeds. We're going to randomize a float between these speeds so that the two wheels will both stop at some point. Right? They won't stop exactly at the same time, right? And we're going to make them rotate very fast. And then we're going to have an array of animation curves, and we're going to pick a random one each time we roll to assign to. So we could have, say, something that spins, how do I explain this verbally? That starts slowly, then accelerates very fast, then slows down again, and then sort of like has a little nudge at the end to indicate it's stopped or something like that.
Okay.
That sort of stuff, okay? And that's what we're going to do next time, okay? So for today, I think that's enough. Thanks very much for watching, and sorry we weren't able to complete this thing.
Sorry.
Sorry. Well, it'll be next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.